We're just getting ready. All right, sweet. I think we're live.
Okay.
All right, let me mute that. Let me share this on the Facebook. I need to figure out a better way to do this, but for now we'll do it this way.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, we don't do it a whole lot.
No. And the thing is like the other YouTube channels I've watched that have done live streams, it's always this. Like it's always like, is it streaming? Is it live? I don't know. And then something messes up and they have to like go off and go back on. Like it's
Right.
always crazy.
Yeah, my mom would know a thing or two about that. All right.
Hmm.
Heck yeah, guys. We're live. How's it going?
It's all right. I don't know. Were you asking me or them?
Oh, I mean, I guess both. Yeah, we're just here, just me and Jackson. We're just gonna sit the shit for a little bit, talk about my birthday weekend. Um, I know it's kind of late my time. It's really late your time. It's like 10 o'clock.
No,
Is there?
I'm in
Oh
Central
shit.
now.
Okay, I forgot. Yeah, you're in about back in Alabama.
Yeah, I'm back in Alabama for now.
Yeah, sick man.
Sorry, everyone. I was the only one available tonight. So you're
Yeah,
just stuck with me.
I try to get Reed and Eric on here, but they're busy. But anyways,
They have lives.
yeah. Um, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna talk about my birthday weekend, and we're just gonna sit to sit and talk about some movies that we've been watching. So, what do you want to do first? Want to talk about movies we've been watching first, and build up to the big thing that
I
is
don't know. I mean,
let's talk about movies we've been watching first.
okay.
And let's just build it up to Judas Priest. That's who I
See,
saw.
it's a build up for you. It's a build down for me because I didn't
Yeah,
go to the Judas Priest show.
I know, but it's exciting. So anyway,
Okay.
I'll let you start. What are some movies you've been watching?
Um, well, I've been to the theater a couple times. I went to go see The Fall Guy with
Ooh, yeah.
Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, and it is a delightful action romantic
Hmm.
comedy.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing, and I might go see it this weekend with my grandma.
I would advise to go see it. It's a lot of fun.
Oh
Like I
yeah.
was sort of skeptical going in because action comedy, that's a tough genre
Mm,
because sometimes it's funny, but the action's no good. Sometimes the
mm.
action's good, but it's not funny. But this one is both, and
Okay.
it's very sweet and heartfelt as well. So it makes a good romantic comedy.
Oh, that's great.
So and then Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, they're very good together.
Mm,
And of course, it's directed by David Leitch, who did Deadpool 2, Bullet Train.
mm.
He did, oh, what was the other one he did?
Did he work on John Wick?
Oh, yes. So he co directed the first one, but he wasn't credited.
Okay.
And then he's been a producer on the other ones. And
Mm.
then he also did Atomic Blonde
Oh yeah. Okay.
with Charlize
He worked
Theron.
on John
But
Wick.
the cool thing about it is he used to be a stuntman.
Okay.
And the whole premise of The Fall Guy is it's about a
Oh
stuntman.
yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So
Yeah, that's cool.
it's him paying tribute to his
Mm,
long-standing role in the movie industry.
mm.
So
Sweet man.
yeah, I've seen other ones, but have you seen anything?
Yeah, I didn't know. I haven't watched a whole lot of stuff outside of 94 movies
Right.
for the assignment. Just because I've been working a lot
Yeah.
leading up to the closure of Staples. Because I think this is the first time I'm mentioning that. Like we're actually closing Friday, so
Closing? Oh wow.
yeah, so I
Okay.
gotta find a new job. It's something with the lease, but
Ugh.
yeah, I get a little bit of severance, so that's good, and then some hopefully some
Okay.
unemployment I'll be good for a while. I'll probably take like a week or two off.
I'm job hunting right now, so I feel you.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
Yeah.
probably take like a week or two off and like not looking for anything just to kind of relax a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, but anyways, I did go see Abigail. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. Did you see it?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
I
it a lot. Yeah.
really liked it. I did not recognize Dan Stevens at all.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, the whole time I'm thinking this guy's a lot like Christian Slater from Interview with the Vampire. Like very kind of
Okay.
sleazy.
I can
Like
see
he had
that.
like he
Yeah.
wears like the glasses, had his hair kind of slicked back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he didn't have like the '90s vest. With that's something that just cracked me up about that character in that movie.
Yeah.
That Slater had a vest. This is funny.
I saw one of my Facebook friends said something about like how anxious Dan Stevens is their favorite genre now.
Really, that like a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently, I don't know.
that's
I like
funny.
Dan Stevens, but I haven't seen like everything he's done.
Yeah, the only other thing I seen him in was that Beauty and the Beast remake. I haven't seen like
Okay. Where
Downtown
you
Abbey.
barely even see his own face in
Yeah,
that movie. Yeah.
yeah, but I know what he looks like, and I know he's
Right.
British, and he's not playing a British character here. So yeah,
You should see The Guest.
oh yeah, I know. I would love that
You
movie.
would like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I keep saying, there's just too many movies out there to keep
There's a
track
lot.
of.
It's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, but yeah, Abigail was a lot of fun. I had a lot of
Hmm.
fun with it, and I liked it. I wanted to see it because of the premise, and I also wanted to support Melissa Barrera after her unfortunate firing from
Yeah.
the Scream movies. For now, because he did say that she will come back or she wants to come back if
Who
he goes at a different
knows?
studio. I think that's the best way to do it. I think that's the best way. It's to sell it off. You shot yourself in the foot with that one. Um, yeah, but anyways, other than that, haven't been watching a whole lot of stuff. Because because I went on my trip. I did not go. That's why I didn't go see Fall Guy. Because
Hmm.
I was out of town this weekend. I
Yeah.
guess me and my mom probably could have seen it, but going to the me and my aunt or me and my grandma going to the movies for my birthday. That's like a tradition.
Yeah.
We always like to do that.
Hmm.
That's like a fun little thing. We did see We're the Millers on TV.
Yeah. Yeah. You texted me about that. I like that movie. It's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, that movie's funny. One of
Yeah.
my favorite parts, one of the one lines that I've started to adopt in my personal life, it's the part when Kenny, the nerdy kid, gets
Hmm.
beaten up by the those group of guys, and then Jason Sudeikis goes to stop him, and then Kenny tells them that he's a drug dealer, and he's like, "God darn you, Kenny!" Just the way he says that. I started saying that in my personal life when I mess things up, like when I missed my turn. Like I
Yeah.
did that yesterday, I was like, "Gosh darn you, Drew!"
That whole movie, like the cast is so great.
Hmm,
I love those four actors. I love all of them for,
right.
for their various other roles and everything.
Hmm.
Did you know that Will Poulter, who plays Kenny, almost played Pennywise?
Yes, I knew that. I heard
That
him talk
is
about it.
so crazy to me.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
he
he
would have
was
been.
he was this close to playing Pennywise
Yeah, he
back
would have
when
been really good.
Cary Fukunaga was going to direct those movies.
Yeah.
And then he bowed out and oh, what's the guy's name? Shoot.
Bill Skarsgård.
Well, no, but the guy that came on to direct him.
Oh, Andy Muschietti.
Yeah, Andy Muschietti. Yeah.
Andy
Uh,
Muschietti.
but he's the one that replaced Will Poulter. But yeah, that's I really want to see that version of it with
Yeah,
Will Poulter. So
yeah. I thought. I mean, it did wonders for Bill Skarsgård.
yeah, he's like an it guy now. Of course, Will Poulter, he's not had a bad run of it.
Yeah,
Like, and
yeah,
he's
for
all like
sure.
hunky now because he
Yeah, I
played.
haven't seen him in a whole lot, but
Well, he played Adam Warlock
yeah.
in Guardians 3,
Mhm.
where he's all like ripped and everything.
Yeah, he was
Um,
pretty good in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Bill Skarsgård was in like an independent horror movie that blew up. With
Yeah.
Barbarian.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, he's playing the Crow. He was a John Wick villain. He's gonna be
Right.
King Warlock, which I'm so fucking excited about that new Nosferatu remake. And something tells me that Nosferatu is gonna come up back up in this conversation, like at
Okay.
the very end of this live stream. I'm just gonna say that right
Okay.
there. But anyways, saw that. We watched both Daddy's Home movies.
I've never seen those.
They're really funny. I
Okay.
mean, they're not for everybody. They're weird movies because they're partly like family movie, but then they're
Hmm.
PG-13, so there's like sex jokes
Right.
in there. So there's this one part in the first, you know, the basic premise of Daddy's Home, right?
Yeah, like
That dad and the real dad going at each
yeah.
other. And there's this whole like subplot in the first one about Will Ferrell not having good sperm.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And that's why he can't have kids. It was like a dental accident or something like that. And so then like he goes to the sperm doctor or the doctor that does that, and it's played by Bobby Carvalli.
Cannavale?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
so he has to get his sperm checked, and there's a whole subplot there. There's like a lot of like jokes in there.
Okay.
I'm like, wow, this is not a this is a family movie technically. It's just so weird to me. Um, but yeah. So we watched all three of those movies for the concert started.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun. That's just about all I watched. That I can
Hmm.
think. Let me check my IMDb. If you have another movie that you saw that you want to talk about, you can talk about
Well,
it.
I mean, I've been watching a few. I've been watching the most recent Planet of the Apes movies again
Mhm.
because the new one's out now,
Oh
and
yeah.
I've been showing the first three to my dad. We've been enjoying those. Those are really good. I highly recommend those.
Oh yeah.
Um, I watched The Curse from Showtime, the Emma Stone and Nathan
Oh
Fielder
yeah. I heard about that one.
TV series. It is weird.
Yeah.
It is super super weird. Um,
Well, it's
very
hard to see Emma Stone in anything now after Poor Things.
well, yeah,
Yeah, and
but
I'm not shaming her because he was great in that movie, but it's just funny that she did like this raunchy sex movie.
I mean, you know, actor's gonna act, okay.
Yeah.
um but The Curse is really good. It's darkly funny. It is very uncomfortable to watch,
Oh, yeah, I would imagine.
not for the same reasons that Poor Things was,
Hmm,
but just because of the subject matter. Do you know what it's
right
about?
now.
So it's about Emma Stone and Nathan Fielder play this couple. They're pretty well to do, and they're trying to do this HGTV like house flipping show
Hmm.
that is based in New Mexico, and it's called Flip. I can't say it. Fliplanthropy, um, where they basically buy up these really cheap homes, tear them down, and build these sort of green homes that are self-sufficient. But in doing so, they're displacing all of these like you know people of other races, specifically Native American and Latino people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they're just being super white the whole time. Like that's the basic setup. It goes to many, many other places throughout the course of the 10 episodes, but yeah, it's pretty rough stuff. But very good.
Hmm.
And then the ending of the series, I don't know if they're going to do another season. I don't see how they could. The ending goes to some place that I can't even describe.
Wow,
It's
that's crazy.
completely insane. Okay.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
The other big thing I watched is I went to go see Alex Garland's Civil War,
Ooh.
which, you know, if you know Alex Garland as a filmmaker at all, you know he makes movies about real life fears and anxieties, but um, encapsulated in genre.
Mm,
And this is him making a war movie. And what I like about it, of course, the premise is that there is a second American Civil War. What I like about it is that he doesn't get into the political reasons there could be a civil war. The movie just starts as if the Civil War has already been going on for a while
mm,
and just shows you what it would be like if a civil war broke out in this country again.
right.
But it doesn't talk about the politics one way or the other.
Mm,
It's completely uninterested in that. It's just like, if this country were to divide itself along those lines again in whatever way and break out into rampant violence, what would that look like? And I think everybody should see it, because
yeah.
no matter what your political views are, it's not going to confront those. That's
Mm,
not what it's about. It's just saying, like, you know, what would it look like if we all just started killing each other?
right.
And, you know, nobody wants to see that, but
Mm,
everybody should see it, at least in a movie. You
yeah, for
know,
sure.
it's a safe space to deal with all of that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Because
Um,
I went to see it with my dad. We both have very different political views. Um, but both of us, I think, came out of the movie appreciating what it did
right, for sure.
without having to have a fight about the reasons for it, you know?
Mm, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I keep hearing about that movie. And the only other Alex Garland movie I've seen is Annihilation, and that's a pretty interesting movie. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking Civil War out when
It's
it.
not nearly as weird as that movie.
Oh yeah.
It's way
Oh, no.
more straightforward, but it's still like,
Mm,
you know, it's tough. Um,
yeah.
this is his least weird movie. I mean,
Oh yeah.
because he's made 4 movies as a director now.
Yeah. Ex Machina, Annihilation, Men,
Yeah.
and Civil War.
Yeah. Men is the weirdest one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, Men is so weird.
Oh,
Like,
wow, compared to Annihilation, that's interesting.
Men is so much weirder than Annihilation.
Oh wow, so much. Okay, that's saying a lot. Because Annihilation's a weird movie.
Okay, well, go watch Men and then tell me how you feel about it.
Ugh,
If
okay.
you even make it through the final sequence of that movie. Because
Oh God. Okay, I don't know if I want to watch it now. Well,
maybe me and Eric will have to review that.
oh yeah, cause I was about to say that because you guys proposed a extreme horror series just for you and Eric, and that would be really cool to do. I don't want any part of that. Depending on what movie you're reviewing, if it's something a little bit lighter.
I mean, but that's the whole point, is that it wouldn't be lighter stuff.
Yeah, I can do extreme gory horror if there's like a supernatural element to it. I can't do the ones where
Okay.
it's like too realistic. Like in the same vein, like a touch of change on Massacre. I mean, that's not super gory, but like movies of that ilk that feel real.
Okay. Well, then I don't know how you would feel about watching Men, because it definitely is not realistic, but it is
Hmm.
very weird and very disturbing.
Okay, help
Yeah.
made me think about watching that.
Okay.
Um. Anyways, the only other movies I've been watching, I rewatched. This is Spinal Tap. I haven't seen that
Oh,
movie.
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take a look at this record and ask myself, how much blacker could it be? And I say, none. None more blacker. And then I saw Shrink 2 after, and I haven't seen that movie in a while.
So what now?
Shrink 2.
Oh, Shrek 2. Okay.
Yeah, that movie is still just as funny as it.
I haven't watched that in so long.
Yeah, go back and watch it. It's really funny.
Mm.
Like like Eddie Murphy's donkey straight up makes a barbecue joke in the middle of the movie. Yeah, and that's funny because he's he's black, and that's a big deal within the black community, the
Mm.
barbecues. So I thought that was real. That was kind of a funny little touch. My favorite joke in any of the Frank movies is when both Frank and Docky takes the potion to make him look more attractive, and then they don't change, and then Donkey tells Pooch and Boots, I'm not looking any different, and then Pooch and Boots goes, "You sure look like an ass to me." I'm like, that's hilarious. Um, Other than that, I've been reading a book called Lady from the Black Lagoon about
Mm.
Millicent Patrick, who designed
Okay.
the Gillman from Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, nice.
See, I found out recently this actually the shoot the 70th anniversary of that movie, something
Yeah,
like
I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
yeah. With speaking of which, I'll tell you what my dad got me for my birthday. I don't need this. I don't need this, but I wanted it. I got the Universal Monster Collection on 4K,
Oh
the
my.
special edition, the
Oh
artwork.
my gosh.
Yeah,
That's fancy.
yeah, and the Creature from the Black Lagoon transfer and the Phantom of the Opera transfer looks amazing, and
Hmm.
that's the long, not the long chain, that's the Claude Wayne's Phantom, and I watched
Okay,
a little
I haven't
bit of
seen
it.
that one. I've seen the Lon Chaney one, but
Yeah, I watched it a while ago, and I didn't wasn't a big fan of it. I watched a little snippet of it to kind of see what it looked like with the 4K. I might have to check it out again because some of the technical aspects is really cool. That the
that's
camera movement.
really the best thing about that movie is for the time that it was made is it is very technically impressive. Like the
Oh, which one
sets
you're
of
talking? Oh, well, I'm talking about the Claude Wayne's one.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, I haven't seen that one. I don't know.
No, man, yeah, I love the Long Chain Phantom of the Opera. That
Okay.
movie's so good. But yeah, anyways, I'm not too far into this book, Lady from the Black Lagoon, but
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty good so far. Not
Okay.
only does it talk about how Millicent grew up and how she got into the business, it kind of is about the author too, and like kind of her journey
Okay.
discovering um this pretty pivotal person in horror movie history that doesn't really get talked about.
Yeah.
Because all these makeup and design artists, they're almost all men.
Yeah.
Like Rick Baker and Tom
Sure.
Savini and Jack Pierce and
Yeah.
all those guys. Rob Bottin, and they're great. I love those.
Right.
Like those are some of my like heroes. I think they're just amazing in what they do
Mm-hmm.
and what they contributed to the horror genre. But like, yeah, like, come on, like, like the ladies have some talent too, man.
Right.
Um, so yeah, it kind of gets into that a little bit. And she was raised very strict when I got
Mm.
like her father was pretty conservative and
Mm-hmm.
she wasn't allowed to date at all, and she had to dress a certain way, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's really interesting. I'm really enjoying it so
Did
far.
she I mean, honestly, it's not somebody I've ever heard of. Did she like work on anything else really significant?
She was the first female animator at Disney.
Oh, okay.
Because women only did inking, and that was
Right.
really dangerous because of all the chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's Roll Steady, Walt, you bastard.
Yeah, what are you gonna
Yeah,
do?
I've heard so many mixed things about Walt Disney. I've heard he's
Yeah,
like he's
everybody's
a
got
wonderful
something to say
person.
about Walt Disney, but
Yeah, I've heard he was a great human being, but of course Disney's gonna paint him like that.
yeah,
Uh, and
right.
I'm sure he
Exactly.
was, and to some extent. But then I've heard other parts where he was
Yeah,
a person.
there's definitely some stories out there that I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah.
So
Um, but I mean, I love the company that he helped create it, for
I do
sure.
too, to a certain extent, but they're starting to get on my nerves.
Oh, they've been on my nerves for a
they
while.
keep just buying everything, and it's just
Yeah.
like,
I think they're gonna try to get back on track, hopefully. I think they just need a new changing of the guard, if you ask me. I think honestly, I think Iger, he did good. Like he did a lot of good stuff. He just got too carried away, in my opinion, with trying to be progressive, which I think is a great thing, but he
Well,
compromised quality.
where Iger got really carried away is he started buying everything.
Yes, that too. Yeah. I'm saying that
That's
with what you're saying.
yeah, like sorry, you can't just own everything. It's
Exactly.
that's just evil. It's
Yeah.
just evil
Yeah, I get you, man. So
to
yeah,
feel like you can just own everything. Ugh, I don't like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
So I
don't like that
think that
attitude.
combined with him trying to be progressive, again, like I said, great. But I feel like they're just doing it because it's the cool thing to do, not because it's
I
out of
mean,
the
yeah,
But
I
any
think
companies
you're
like
right
that, like
there.
Target would like that with the Pride stuff, and then people had problem with it, and they moved it to the back. Like, and then so are you really for that community when you're doing shit like that?
Yeah. And it's one of those things. It's like there's a lot of really great artists that do
Mm,
work for them. And I don't want to disparage their work,
mm.
but the company itself, I have no problem disparaging
Oh
because,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think I don't know. I really do miss the Renaissance. Like that's my favorite time period from like
I
Little Mermaid.
mean, it's pretty unassailable. It's pretty great.
Yeah, I'll say from like Little Mermaid to Rescue Down Under, like those two. There's debate about like what between those two, like what really started the Renaissance, but I'm not gonna get into that. Two,
Yeah.
maybe like Treasure Planet. Like that's my favorite time period of Disney. Like all those movies are really
Okay.
these are theatrical release movies. I'm not talking about the direct to DVDs, but very,
Right.
very much.
No, that those don't even really count because they farmed those out to like overseas animation companies and all this stuff. And
Yeah. So you want to know something funny? I mentioned that in our movies of '94 episode that I totally forgot that Nev Campbell voices Simba's daughter in Lion King 2.
okay.
Here, dude, this is some crazy ass shit right here. I did not realize this. I mentioned Lion King in my Scream fan film, like the first draft of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Here's what's even crazier. Walter L. Jackson had the voice in Lion King 2.
Wait, what?
Walter L. Jackson, the voice of Ghostface, did the voice in
Oh,
Lion
he's in
King.
line. I've never seen Lion King 2.
It's really good. I like Lion King
Mm,
2.
eh,
It's really good.
I generally don't watch those like
Okay.
video sequels. I've seen Return of Jafar, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I've
Give,
never
give
watched.
Lion King 2 a chance. And actually give Aladdin 3 a chance. I have both of those movies. And
Okay, I did try to watch Aladdin 3. What is it? The King of Thieves or whatever.
yeah.
And when I was a kid, and I hated it.
Mm.
I did not like it. I was very bored. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. I watched it a couple of years ago when at the beginning of the pandemic. I guess like 4 years ago. That's crazy how time just moves that fast quickly. Um, the only thing I don't like about it was I feel like I liked the jokes that Genie was making and all the references.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. It felt like the comedy wasn't integrated in the story that good, like the first one. Like it felt like the story would go on and then it cut away because Genie did a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt like in the first one, it weaved seamlessly into the plot, and that's a hard thing to do. I would imagine that'd be a really hard thing to do when you got a guy like Robin Williams who's just
Yeah.
coming at you.
And of course, who knows how into it he was? Like he had gone through the ringer with Disney, and
Hmm. Oh no, well they had to change in the guard. Like I think his problem was Jeffrey Katzenberg, and I think he was out by that time.
yeah,
And what was funny was he didn't want um to be advertised in the first one a whole lot.
right.
But I remember I used to I don't know if you remember this particularly, Jackson. But when you would buy one of those clamp cell Disney
Yeah.
VCR tapes, they would have a preview for their next movie.
Right.
And I remember I can't remember what movie it was, but they had a preview for that Aladdin movie, and they had
Yeah.
people sit behind the
And it was,
scenes.
and the return of Robin Williams as the genie.
Yeah, and I remember like they would
Yeah.
sit like behind the scenes of him doing the voice, and I'm like, well, that's interesting that they did that.
Yeah.
I guess he had a peace treaty with Disney, so. But no, yeah, he seemed like he was having a good time with that
Okay.
one as well. I
I
mean,
hope so.
yeah, Robin Williams and voting it in, that's just two things that just don't exist in the same universe.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some there's some Robin Williams movies out there where I'm not sure how much he was into it, but
Eh,
who knows?
I don't know. But anyways, yeah, definitely read this book, Lady from the Black Lagoon.
Okay.
Apparently the guy that did a lot of the makeup for the monster movies at that point, Bud Westmore, was like pissed that a woman was doing
Oh
design the
gosh.
creature, and he basically told Universal to like get her name off the credits. I'm like, fuck you, dude, you fucking piece
Yeah,
of
grow
shit.
up.
Yeah, give yourself some piece of shit. Yeah, I don't want to get into that, but I think that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. But anyways, if you don't got anything else to talk about, let's get into my birthday trip.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. So we went to Missouri,
Hmm.
around the St. Louis area, St. Charles area.
Okay.
Um and we didn't do a whole lot. The one big thing we did other than the concert was go to the St. Louis City Museum.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, it's a really cool place.
It is, yeah.
And there's like jungle gyms and like an
Hmm.
aquarium and like a big chessboard and all kinds of crazy stuff there.
Hmm.
It's really hard to describe
Yeah.
on their slides. The only thing is the staff is pretty rude.
Okay.
And I don't know if you ever had that experience there,
I did not, but
really.
yeah,
Yeah.
this was years ago where
Um,
when I was there. Yeah.
I mean, the whole job market's different nowadays.
Honestly, like I was there in 2020. Like they
Okay.
had just reopened the museum,
Uh,
but it was still like during COVID.
yeah,
So, we were
yeah,
all wearing masks and everything, but yeah.
yeah. And also, this is like the worst part of St. Louis too.
Hmm.
Like basically in a really bad part of
Okay.
like that, and we ended up getting lost coming out of it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's really cool. There's like a praying mantis on top of the roof. There's like a bus you can get on. It's really cool. Yeah, so definitely check that out. Just be aware that there are some staff there that are going to be a little rude or don't seem as into the job. But it's a really cool place. And yeah. So anyways, we did that. We did go to a record store after that. We got freaking destroyed by rain on the way to the record store. And luckily we
Hmm.
were already outside of St. Louis, the bad part, so that actually um like definitely lessened the blow a little bit. But still,
Hmm.
like it was pretty crappy trying to find this record store. But
Yeah.
I went to the record store and I got a Bob Dylan record, Nashville Skyline.
That's a great record. So,
Yeah, I there's a couple of ones I wanted to buy, but I bought that
hmm.
one in particular because the opening song is "Girl" from the Funky
Yeah,
Bunch, and you actually sung that song for my
I
birthday a day later
did.
last year. So I'm like,
I
oh, I gotta
did.
get this. It was like
If you're
$18.
traveling to the
Dude,
North Country Fair.
I love that song so much. That's like one of my favorite songs.
He just sings so weird on it. Like, but I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't think like both of our voices are just so complimentary to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we ate at White Castle, which was pretty cool. I haven't eaten there.
Okay.
I haven't eaten at an actual White Castle in a while, but I had the frozen ones that you can get at the grocery store quite a bit.
Okay. Speaking of White Castle, just as an aside for a second, I'm not going to give you the context, but go on YouTube and look up SNL, the most evil invention. Just look it up. I'm not going to tell you anything about it.
Oh, it that the rock one when you built the rock.
Yes. Okay. You've seen it.
Oh,
Okay.
I think part of it is so stupid. I don't find that funny at all. I'm sorry.
I think that's one of the funniest SNL sketches I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm glad you think it's funny, Jackson. But
Okay.
but anyways, well, I have a kind of a personal connection with White Castle because my dad used to live
Okay.
in Wisconsin, and I didn't even realize how close we were to Illinois, um, which is
Oh
crazy.
yeah, like St. Louis, right across the state line
Yeah,
from
so that's yeah,
Illinois.
that
Yeah.
was pretty cool. So my dad used to live in Wisconsin, and this is I used to visit him all the time, and this is back when I could take like a whole month to visit him
Yeah.
in the summer, and so we ate a lot of White Castle, while I was there, and I remember
Okay.
at that time when I first started visiting him there, I kept seeing TV spots for the movie Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Yeah.
And I did not realize that that movie's 20 fucking years old
Right.
because they had commemorative cups at White Castle.
Oh.
Awesome.
Of course.
Yeah. Um and I did not realize it was a stoner movie, like a hard stoner movie.
It is like the most stoner movie.
Yeah, so like 'cause I'm just thinking
Like it's that and Dazed and Confused. Those are the most stoner, and Cheech and Chong, of course.
yeah.
But yeah.
I got this from my Labrador, man. What's that? Dog shit, man. But anyways, yeah, that was kind of cool. And my mom even like knew that we were gonna be by White Castle. And he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna tell Drew, but he's gonna freak out because I love White Castle and I love Crystals. Those two restaurants are the best. Like
See,
road
I
trip.
hate both of those restaurants.
Well, fuck you, Jackson.
I hate them. I hate them so
Fuck
much.
you. Um, but anyway, but those are the best road trip food because they're small and you can get
Mm,
a whole bunch of them. But anyways, so there's that. I mean, we watched those movies that we watched.
yeah.
Actually, before we left for a trip, my mom's sister actually gave me her present that she got me, and it was a NECA figure of the Frankenstein monster, which was awesome.
Yeah, I saw the picture of it
Yeah,
on
yeah, that was so
Facebook. It's it's a really good figure. Like it
mhm.
looks excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all good. So now I have my three favorite monsters lined up
Okay.
in order of their release. So I got Phantom of the Opera, Frankenstein, and Wolfman
Nice.
on my entertainment center area, my Universal area, my entertainment center, which is really cool. Um, so I guess to get to the big thing, the Sabaton and fucking Judas Priest concert,
Yeah.
and and I was excited ever since my mom told me that we were gonna let's bought the tickets, and
Okay.
I saw that they're gonna play in St. Louis or around that area or Maryland, St. Missouri, at St. Louis Music Park,
Mm-hmm.
and on my actual birthday. So I told her, I wrote her a little note, and apparently the day after, she bought the tickets. And she didn't tell me for like 2 or 3 weeks.
That's funny.
And so leading up to that, I kept like writing like little notes, like Judas Priest.
You kept
Everything.
bothering her about it.
Yeah, and
She
so
had
like
already gotten
eventually
the
she was like,
tickets.
yeah, I got eventually she was like, yeah, I gotta tell him. And she was
That's so
wait till we
funny.
got closer to my birthday, like a couple. Um, and so then so yeah, I was just excited the entire time. I did check out the band beforehand that opened for them, Sabaton.
Hmm.
They're in the power metal subgenre.
Yeah.
Um, which is very kind of epic, very melodic at times.
Hmm.
Usually talks a lot about like fantasy, like Dungeons and Dragons and wizards and all that shit. But they're different because they specifically talk about military history,
Okay.
which is awesome. And they're dressed up in like camo. in like armor, and they have like a tank on stage. And actually at their like main shows, they actually have a more elaborate setup. They got like a choir and like violin
Oh
players,
wow, okay.
wire. It's real crazy.
That's yeah.
Yeah. And so their lead singer was hilarious because they well, I just gotta say, when their drummer went on the drum set, which was on top of the tank,
Of
as
course.
soon as the guy started drumming, can I just put it in my earplugs? My mom basically said, "Yeah, you probably just put it in your earplugs. I don't want you to lose your hearing eventually.
Uh-huh.
You only had your Apple AirPods in all the time, so I don't want you to further like the damage of your ears." So I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, mom, I'll put in my earplugs." And so, dude, as soon as the guy like started like banging on the drums, I thought freaking Robert Oppenheimer was backstage. He pulled the lever to like a nuclear explosion. That's how
Yeah.
freaking loud it was.
Okay.
This is a small this is a smaller venue. Like this is probably the smallest venue that I've seen a concert at. Cause I've seen the Trans-Siberian Orchestra twice.
Hmm.
I saw Metallica and I saw Greta Van Fleet, and this is like
Okay.
the smallest venue, and it was fucking loud.
Hmm.
It was
I bet if
amazing.
it's metal in a small venue, yeah.
Yeah, and then like their lead singer comes out, and he's like, "Good evening, St. Louis. We're Sabaton, and this is the Ghost Division." And then he gets going to the song, and it was awesome. To do another song, and then he talks to the audience. He's like, "So we're Sabaton, and I bet you're wondering why these village people looking guys are up here. Well, that's because we're from the land of IKEA called Switzerland."
Okay.
Yeah, and then what was crazy was
Wait, IKEA's Sweden.
Sweden. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sweden. I said
Yeah.
first, whatever.
They're very different.
Oh, they're different. Oh, okay. I keep forgetting they're different countries. Whatever. Sweden. Um. So, anyways, so what was I think? Okay. So the whole like bottom row section like was standing up at a seating because this was a seating venue, and you can stand up if you want to.
Hmm.
And he was like just impressed that like the opening act to Judas fucking Priest, like the greatest metal band of all time, like they were all standing up for the opening act or for the main act. Like that was
Yeah.
crazy. Um. So yeah, so he was impressed by that. Apparently they got their original guitar player back for this, which was really
Okay.
cool. And they were kind of joking around, and he said, "Well, I'll let you pick the song." And he said, and the guitar player goes, "Well, what should I pick? Well, what about the song that's next on the fucking set list?" Um, and so yeah, they do that song. Dude plays a freaking Hello Kitty guitar, which was hilarious.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah, and well, yeah, I promise you, this is the only guitar. I only play this guitar when I'm practicing. And then guy right behind me was like, "Yeah, sure." Which was pretty funny. Um, and then of course this was after May the 4th, so they have a song called Stormtrooper because that was an actual elite like German fighting force, like
Yeah.
like World War I or two, or whatever. And and so before they got into that song, he was like, "Well, we need to pick up the pace a little bit. Let's do a little double kick drums." So the drummer do a little bit of do the little bit with that, and then the singer goes, "Well, this song's about Star Wars. It's called Stormtroopers," and they go into the song. It's awesome. Yeah, but they were really good for the opening act. Probably the best opening act that I've seen. Um, of all the few concerts I've been to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were really good. And then I only have to wait a small amount of time, maybe like 20 minutes for Judas Priest.
Yeah.
And then so of course, they were setting up for them, and I was just getting more and more excited. I'm like, oh my God, in 20 minutes, I'm gonna be 20 feet away from the metal god, Rob Halford, the greatest metal singer of all time. And so they started playing War Pigs, and that's before I put in my earplugs. So like
Mhm.
that scared the shit out of me when I started hearing that. And of course, the whole audience sung, you know, to that because
Mhm.
that's a very singable song. And then you had the intro for their song off their new album, Panic Attack. And
Mhm.
like I'm just getting more and more excited. I'm like, oh my god, they're about to come out. They're about to come out. And then they kick into the opening verse. I'm like, yeah, Judas Priest. And so I'm just like just baffled. Like I'm finally get to witness. Like I'm there. I'm seeing the man himself, the greatest screamer in the genre of rock and metal. Like he's right there. Like
Yeah.
so close to me. It was just amazing. Um, and then they go into you got another thing coming. Like they just go into it. And then he stands off to the side of the stage. He pauses for a second. Everybody's just freaking out. And I'm just in ecstasy at this point. Like I am in heavy metal heaven. And he says, Priest is back. Are you guys ready for some Judas Priest style heavy metal? And then go into rapid fire. Now I do have a little bit of a nitpick. It is very much a nitpick. If you know your Judas Priest, you know before they get into the song "Breaking the Law" live, Rob Halford always goes "Breaking the what?" and you get the audience to say "Law," and he did that like
Mhm.
3 times before they did the song. They didn't do it here. They just went into the song. Yeah,
Okay.
that was a little disappointing for me as a Priest fan.
I don't know. I've never listened to Judas
I
Priest.
know, but for me, but you gotta understand.
Honestly, like when you say Judas Priest, I kind of get them mixed up with Iron Maiden.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So, because when you say Judas Priest, I'm like, is that run to the hills? But no, that's
No,
Iron
that's
Maiden.
animated.
So I don't
Um,
know.
You should definitely check out my favorite Priest song, "Victim of Change." I think you would really like it. So it's
Okay.
bluesy, um, but kind of heavy, but it's really good. Um, yeah, they. I was actually kind of thought it was kind of cool how they played like maybe like one song from like each of their big albums.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Unlike Metallica, Metallica had like less albums than Priest.
Okay.
And that's not a complaint. Complaint there. That's just um, how it is. The only song I did not know, um, listening to it live was a song from their third or fourth album called Stained Glass, and the song
Okay.
"Saints in Hell," and it was a cool song. It had a cool vibe to it, but it
Hmm.
sounded familiar. I'm like, I've heard this song before. I listened to it before,
Yeah.
and but yeah, no, it was really cool. It had some cool graphics. We're known for Ratu comes back in.
Okay.
They have a song called "Love Bites" um from Defenders of the Fates, and so like "Love Bites," you're thinking like vampire.
Right.
The horse is in the dark of the night, love bites,
Uh-huh.
love bites, and they showed clips from the original Nosferatu, which was sick.
Oh, that's cool.
Looked over to me because he knew that I love that movie. That's like one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And there's a part where it got real heavy and they just kept flashing like images and they had like blood red like
Okay.
over the scene. It was really cool.
That sounds really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Breaking the Law was awesome. That was the only song my mom really sung to.
See, I
Because
know that one.
yeah, well my mom
But honestly, I didn't know it was them.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
well, we have a thing where when me and my mom are in the car or anytime where she does something illegal, but like a minor crime, nothing like big.
yeah,
We always go breaking the law, bam, breaking the law, breaking the law.
sure.
Yeah, so like it's a special song, and that was really cool, and I love singing along to that. Especially the part when it gets before it gets to the solo, and he goes, "You don't know what it's like." kind of was awesome to get all that. Um, so that was pretty cool. I did Green Man the Lacy in the Toon Pong Crown, the cover of the Fleetwood Mac song.
Okay.
Um, Now my favorite part of the whole night. Actually, I'll get to this later. Cause my mom eventually had to go to the bathroom, and she took a lot longer than um than expected because he ended up buying me a $50 Judas Priest shirt with a snake
Oh
on it.
wow. Okay.
And I'm only gonna wear that one time. Because I'm actually gonna frame it because
Okay.
but the thing with concert shirts or any shirts is like you don't want to like wear them and have to wash them because like the graphic will eventually go away or get cracked.
It's never stopped me. So
Or like yeah, so I'm
yeah,
gonna hang it. Well, I mean it's special because like
I
it's
guess,
30th
but
birthday.
like I I used to have a so I don't know if you've ever heard the band Skillet.
Yeah, yeah.
So I saw them back in like 1999
Oh wow, it's like
or
super.
2000, and I don't like them anymore, but I liked them back then.
Hmm.
And they actually, this is back when they were just a three-piece band,
Oh really? I
and
didn't know that.
I bought their shirt and they signed it, and I just wore that thing to death
Wow, that's cool.
until it was all like torn and yellow and faded. Like
Well, I
I didn't
mean,
care that they signed it. I
yeah,
wore it all the time.
but this was important to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did Invincible Sealed, which is the title track off the new album. That was really cool. They
Hmm.
have so I don't know if you've seen their logo, but their logo is basically like a short like trident kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they had that hanging up on them over the stage,
I
and
saw
they
the picture you posted. Yeah.
yeah, and they lowered that, and that was kind of cool for that song because that song's
Hmm.
all about like metal and how it's like this unstoppable force. And even like before that song, he, went up to the side of the stage again, and he talked about like, yeah, we were like around during a time when like heavy metal was like was like at his birth. Like they're just a little
Right.
band from where I'm from called Birmingham, the Black Country, called
Hmm.
Black Sabbath, and I go, yeah, Sabbath. Like the whole audience was cheering at that point. Because he made a pause, and he knew people were gonna freak out at that point. Um, and so yeah, they went to Invisible Sealed. My mom ended up getting up to go to the bathroom at that point. They might have, I think they played another song. Um, but then they started. Then they did my favorite song, Victor McChain. Hold on, let me get some of the drink because my mouth is dry.
Go for it.
And then had the really cool like intro, like go, and now I was freaking out because oh my god, this is my favorite Judas Priest song. And he had like an iconic scream at the end of that song, which is
Okay.
awesome. And I was worried my mom was gonna miss that. But no, she got right at the point where it started to slow down a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, I want her to hear this because this is amazing. So that was cool. Uh, I gotta get to Painkiller because how they've been doing Painkiller this tour. I don't know if they always do this, but they do it at the very end or at the end before the encore, and
Hmm.
their drummer will say something to the audience, in regard to the show or whatever, and it says, "Okay, we got time for one more song. What do you want to hear?" And then everybody just goes, "Painkiller," and he just did the iconic drum solo. And my
Yeah.
mom knew I was waiting for that moment. That and like the scream in the middle of the song, and she looks over at me, and I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm doing the air drums, and I'm really excited because like Painkiller is like one of the most beloved songs because it's fucking heavy as shit. And so when Rob Halford finally gets to the scream, like I leap out of my chair and I do the devil horn. I'm like, yeah! And I started like pounding my chest like I'm King Kong. And my mom laughed at me. And then the guy next to my mom starts laughing. Because like that's what the power of heavy metal does to you, man. Like it makes you act like a savage animal.
Oh goodness.
Um So that was awesome. And then they did the encore, which actually usually you have to wait like a couple of minutes, before the encore. Like Metallica was like that, and Greta Van Fleet was like that.
Yeah.
But no, this wasn't even a minute. This was like 30 seconds, and going back out, and they lowered the shield again or the logo again, which was really cool. And they went into the instrumental was open, "Screaming for Vengeance," their album, and that
Mhm.
goes into Electric Eye. And I was standing up during the intro, the Hellion part, and then that was really cool to hear Electric Eye. And then I knew the next thing coming. Rob Halford was gonna go backstage to get on his bike, his motorcycle, and I stood up at that point, and I knew what song was coming. It was "Hellbent" for Motherfucking Leather, motherfuckers.
Oh gosh.
And so he comes out, and I started freaking out. My mom records this on her phone. I'll send you the video of it. And you can hear me in the background, like freaking out. I go, "Hellbent for leather!" And at this point, like I'm doing the air guitar, like through the first part of the song, and I'm singing out through like the first half of the song because like I'm just so just pumped up at this point. And then so that was awesome. And then they go, and then the last song was "Living After Midnight." And that was awesome. My mom actually sung that one with me. Because there's a part and cause how the verse goes, he sings it like a little phrase, and he goes, "Load it, load it," and my mom sung the "loaded" part with me. Pretty cool. And then in the middle of the solo, Rob Halford goes, "I'm aiming for yeah," and I sung that like to my mom, like I pointed at her as I was singing. I did that a lot during the concert, like during the big parts. Like there's this part on Victim McChain where it gets melodic when he goes, "When she was wonderful," and I like started pointing at my mom. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, man, it was the best birthday ever. Best concert I've ever been to.
Oh, good.
Not only did they, because Metallica is my favorite band. I've been a fan of or big fan of theirs longer than Judas Priest. I've
Right.
always liked Judas Priest, but I haven't been like a huge fan of them
Uh-huh.
until like the last couple of years for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I started going back and listening to more of their back catalog. And not only did they kick Metallica's ass, they fucking curb stomped them in an elevator after making out with a hot blonde chick
I
while
don't
wearing.
think you can curb stomp someone in an elevator. You have to be on a curb.
Okay, well I'm referring to the movie Drive, obviously. But no, that like, but you get the metaphor. They freaking
Yes, but that is
destroyed
not a
Metallica.
curb stomp. That's just a regular stomp.
Okay, elevator curb stomp.
No, you have to be on a
Okay,
curb.
elevator stomp. Okay, but you can be
Okay.
technical about it.
I'm going to be technical about it.
Jesus
I've
Christ.
had literally nothing else to say for the past half hour because you've been
Yeah,
going on about Judas Priest. So
Jesus Christ is fucking
this
awesome.
this is the thing I'm gonna get onto. So
No, it's fine, man. 'Cause I know you will attack me when you can, and I do to other people, so I deserve it. But no, anyway, it was an amazing experience.
yeah,
I don't know, just hanging out with my mom like this weekend.
yeah.
Um, I don't want to get into personal details, but been going through a lot. I've been going through a
Hmm.
lot. We've just been going through a lot right now, and
Yeah.
it was just fun to kind of let loose and that's why I banged my chest like King Kong. Because I was just getting out all my aggression about life.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. This was like a few days ago. I'm still recovering from this. So I was doing like the fist pumps and like my
Yeah.
still hurts. My neck started hurting a little bit. My back hurts a little bit. My head hurts. Like man, like that's the thing about it is heavy metal, man. It unites you, but like it kicks your fucking ass, man. Like
Sure.
it will, man. Like you feel like they talk about like you go to a metal show or you listen to metal music, like you feel like you're going to war. Like it feels like you're going to war. Yeah, and I love it, man. And it's not for everybody. It's really not. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's healthy, man. You say a lot of people say it's bad and kids didn't look into it, but I mean, it's healthy. Most people, most metal fans and most horror fans, you'll find are like some of the most normal people
Right.
in
No,
real life.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that, can I just go into rant mode just a little bit?
Oh gosh, what?
Okay. So, as a lot of you may know, if you don't know, the lead singer of Judas Priest, Rob Halford, is a gay man.
Mm-hmm.
And even before he came out, he had quite a few songs talking about him being gay, like the big ones are Grinder and like Jawbreaker. And
Mm-hmm.
the most infamous one is Turbo Lover from the album Turbo. Now, that's an infamous song because every time they play that song, a lot of people like get up off their seat and go to the bathroom or get a beer or whatever.
Hmm.
Because a lot of people don't like it because it's kind of poppy. It's a little
Oh, okay.
kind of like hair metal, like Poison, Def Leppard kind of thing.
Okay.
Um, and so the guy behind me was saying something about this song is about such and such. I don't know if he was being homophobic. I could barely hear him
Mm-hmm.
at that point, and then he left, and then he went back after the song was ending, and he basically was saying, "Well, if you're a real Judas Priest, like you get up out of your chair at that point and go get a beer or something." I'm like,
Oh,
"Fuck
whatever.
you, dude."
Yeah.
Like, if you don't like the song, then you don't like the song. You don't have to like stay for it. Like that is fine. Like that is totally fine. But to sit there and say that you're not a real Judas Priest fan if you sit there for that song, that's stupid, man.
Yeah.
That's gatekeeping. I hate that shit so much. Like my whole thing is like I'm seeing Judas Priest. I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, I'm staying here the entire time.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of stupid. And again, I didn't hear the thing that he said before that. I don't know if it was because he thought the song was lame because it
Yeah.
wasn't heavy enough for him,
I
or I
mean,
don't.
there's definitely bands that I love where
Yeah,
there's songs that I don't love. That's normal.
yeah.
But
I mean, the songs are right. I mean, it's not my top 10, but like,
yeah, but like, yeah, don't be a dick about it. If they're gonna play it live,
yeah, just get up, man.
obviously they like the song.
Yeah,
So
don't get up, or just get up and leave for a second.
yeah, don't sit there and complain about they played this song. More and more, like when I go see a band, I'm more upset when they don't play a song I love.
Right.
But if they play a song I don't love, I'm just like, okay, whatever, you
Yeah,
know.
and again, I didn't hear the thing that he said at the beginning, so I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
It was
So
because it was homophobic. I mean, honestly, I don't like the song Grinder. I think it's stupid, but it's because the lyric is Grinder looking for me, and Rob Halford was straight and singing that like it would be the exact same thing. It's dumb. It's just dumb.
oh yeah, I mean, there's plenty of like great bands with dumb songs. I mean, I'm a big Beatles guy. The Beatles have so many dumb
Yeah, they
songs.
do. What is your favorite Beatles song that they're on that topic?
It's probably Here Comes the Sun.
That's a good one.
I love Here Comes the Sun. It's just such a like peaceful,
Yeah.
like feel good kind of song. I mean, it's hard to pick a favorite Beatles song, but if I
Yeah.
had to pick one, I think it's that one.
I really like Yesterday.
I mean, yeah, that was a
Yeah,
classic.
Let It
Yeah.
Be, and then The End.
Oh, the end. Okay.
Yeah, I just love like Ringo Starr. I love Ringo Starr. Like he's my favorite member of the Beatles.
Ringo's awesome and
Yeah,
he's
Ringo's rules,
so
man.
underrated. Like,
He's not like the most technical drummer, but he's just so weird.
well, he's creative. You can listen to a Ringo drum part just by itself and you know what song it's from
Right.
because every drum part he came up with is
Hmm.
unique to the song that he's playing. So
Right.
that's what a great drummer does is comes up with a part that is just so integral to the song and that yeah that's the genius of
Yeah.
Ringo.
Have you ever heard the Tenacious D version of that song?
Of the end?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's really awesome. They don't actually play the solos or play the drums during that part. They actually sing it, and
Oh,
the
okay,
Jack
of
Black,
course.
so you get real into it.
Okay.
So there's-
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah, and there's one part when he goes, "Get that in the motherfucker, get."
I mean, that whole back half of Abbey Road is kind
Yeah.
of amazing. I mean, it's basically all one long song, but made
Mhm.
up of a whole bunch of little tiny songs that they didn't
Oh,
know
I
how to
want you so
finish,
bad.
so
That's
they
a good
just
one.
like strung them all in one piece.
Yeah, I want you so bad. That's a good one.
Well, that's the first half of Abbey Road.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. I mean, mine is a good one.
Yeah.
Actually, Let It Be is one of my favorite albums of all time.
Let It Be is a really good album. I really like every version of that album because there's the original version that came out with like all the Phil Spector orchestrations
Oh
on
yeah,
it. And then there's the remix of it that's called Let It Be Naked.
yeah, I'm
They
familiar
take out all the Phil Spector stuff. And then if you go online and search around for it, you can find the Get Back sessions,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
I remember
the
watching those as well.
original version. I mean, that album, I mean, it's been documented very well
Yeah.
because
Um, I
yeah,
don't know if you saw the documentary about them recording Get Back. I'm sure you have.
the Peter Jackson one,
Yeah.
of course I've watched it.
I love the
It's
part.
amazing.
I love the part of that documentary, and this is just me just being my perverted self. But I love the part when they're playing or they're practicing or recording. I got a feeling, and one of them goes. I think it's either Paul or John, and he starts singing, "I got a heart on."
That's totally a John thing to
Okay,
do. Yeah.
yeah, that was funny. Yeah, even back in the '60s, they had dirty minds.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that was funny. But yeah. But anyways, man, I just had a really good time.
Good.
Yeah, I got to spend it with the most important person in my life, which is my mom. Um, I got to go to this really awesome art museum, even though the staff wasn't the greatest. I had White Castle again. Saw some really funny movies on TV. We watched some Star Wars movies actually too, because it was Star Wars Day. That was cool.
Oh, okay.
Um, I got a record with a song on there that was special to me because you sung it for me, and because you're one of my best friends, Jackson. I'm not gonna lie. Like you and Eric are like two of my best friends.
We
Uh,
try.
yeah, and I don't have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have like a few good friends than a lot of friends. I don't really.
That's probably the best way to be, especially, when you get to be, well, you're a lot younger than me, but our age,
Yeah, I've been
it
like
gets
that.
it gets harder to make friends when you get
Yeah,
older. So,
yeah. Well, my high school best friend, Quentin, he has a kid now, and he's been married for a little while, so he's
yeah.
real busy. So we haven't been talk. I
Mm,
haven't been talking to him or hanging out with them a whole lot.
yeah.
I got you guys, but I still like Quentin. I mean, we talk every once in a while.
Sure.
And then I saw like like the one of the most like the second most important metal band of all time, the Metal God. Like I can't stop talking about that. That's how amazing that was. Like like I got to see the Metal God. Like this guy is a god,
Okay.
a
The
biblical god.
second most, I'm assuming the first most you mean is probably Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It's funny
Yeah.
because like Judas Priest came out like around the same time, like in the late '60s, but they didn't start
Yeah,
really
but Black
hard.
Sabbath was the one that really like got on the map first. Yeah.
Yeah, but like Priest just kicked everybody's ass
Mm,
on because you gotta remember you also had a lot of heat at that point. You had Deep Purple, which was real heavy.
right. But not in the same way, really.
Yeah, like you had like heavy
Yeah.
like music. Like you had heavy music going back to like the gladiator times and like classical
Sure.
Europe time. Yeah. But like heavy rock music didn't really come out until like the '60s with the Kinks. You really
Yeah.
But yeah, like you had Black Sabbath, and then like they were dark, like that's the thing, like they were heavy, but they were dark. Um, and Judas Priest, like a few albums in, like they just took it to a whole nother level, uh,
Hmm.
which is awesome. And then Motorhead came out. They played a lot faster and heavier. And actually,
Hmm.
Judas Priest was actually the first metal band to have two guitar players.
Hmm.
The first metal
Okay.
band to have two guitar players.
Okay.
Because Sabbath was Iommi, and then Deep Purple
Yeah.
was Blackmore, Richie Blackmore.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but yeah, that's really cool. And they're the first band to like wear like leather and black and chains
Okay.
and whips and all that shit. Um, and of course, you had Metallica and all the thrash bands after that, and you got
Right.
metal after that. It got even crazier. Was actually, I think, if this extreme horror series really catches on, the intros to be like freaking death metal.
Well, the intro is up to
Freaking,
you. I don't know how to do that. So,
yeah, well, I mean, you just type in public domain metal music. Yeah, if you want some really good, like kind of like synthy, a little bit of metal, like music for your shows. I'm just talking just in general. Like definitely check out Carl Casey at White Bat Audio. Like he's really awesome.
okay.
That's how I use my intros.
You know what? I'll let Eric handle that because Eric's the actual filmmaker.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna get him to make my logo so we can start putting this on different podcast platforms, and then we'll probably make a logo for a stream for with Eric Jackson. That catches on. It'll probably just be like a death metal logo, which would be really cool.
So it'll just look like tree branches all tangled up.
Yeah, yeah, you'll be able to read it. Maybe a little bit more, maybe something a little more simpler, but like that kind of feel, like something like really, like maybe more like traditional.
Well, first we have to actually record something. So,
Yeah.
but I think our first episode is going to be about Lars von Trier's Antichrist.
Oh God.
So,
Um, I mean that's like supernatural. I might be able to handle that, but I want you.
I don't know if you would or not.
Okay, but
I don't
either
I
way,
don't do you know what's in that movie? Do you know what happens in that
sex,
movie? What?
sex, a lot of sex.
Not really a lot.
Okay,
Some but
the boobies.
some of the violent things that happen in that
Oh,
movie.
okay.
I don't know if you would be able to handle it.
Well, either way,
I'll tell you
no,
offline.
please don't.
Okay.
I don't need that shit in my life. But I need Bruce Campbell chopping off his fucking arm or hand.
It's so much worse than that.
Yeah, that's like fun. Like if it's fun or
Yeah, that's fun. No, that movie, Antichrist, is not fun. It is
yeah.
not fun. It is dark and
But
disturbing.
either
And
way,
yeah,
Jackson, I'm gonna like you to do that by yourself.
that's why we pitched
First
it to
episode.
you. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't know if Drew would like this movie, but me and Eric want to talk about it.
yeah, yeah. And I think I mean this might be too early to talk about this, but I think me and Reed are actually gonna after this first season, like once we get past the Infinity War, because I mean that's
Yeah.
the one season of this of MCU look back. Once we get past that, like I think we're gonna do an Alfred Hitchcock series.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. That's part of the reason that me and Eric were like, well, if they're going to do something, we're going to do something.
Yeah, yeah. And unless you be, I'll let that be your special thing, and um, Alfred Hitchcock would be our special thing. That means Reed
Oh,
does.
it's going to be like the Beatles breaking up. Hmm. Oh, God. Okay.
No, we'll still do regular episodes, but like we'll branch off into different things, and we'll come together. And together, we will still form Captain Planet. Captain Planet, he's our hero. He'll bring evil down to zero.
It's not evil, it's pollution down to
Pollution,
zero.
whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
but pollution is evil.
Yes, but the specific
I
lyrics
know.
of the song are bring pollution down to zero,
Yeah.
which he never did.
Really? I don't remember that. I only seen like one or two
Well, I
episodes.
mean, look in the world, it didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Captain
Um,
Planet failed.
yeah, Jackson, I hate to tell you this. Captain Planet is just a cartoon character.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize. I can't tell the difference between animation and live action. It's a disability.
Well, then I guess Jessica Rabbit fucks you all up.
No, it's the worst.
I'm like one of the few guys that not that attracted to Jessica Rabbit. Like, she has a pretty face, but
Well,
like her,
she is a cartoon, so
yeah, but her body is like all disproportionate. It's
it's
weird.
very strange. Yes.
Yes, because she had like big titties.
Oh
Hopefully my mom's
gosh.
not gonna watch this, and a big butt. But she's like super skinny. It's like weird. Now I love Jessica Rabbit cosplay. I love that, but the actual cartoon I don't like.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay.
I think that's the first time I said that I said titties on here.
Mm,
That I
yeah, I
said
think.
what Emma said in our Brian De Palma episode.
Oh yeah, that it did come up
Yeah, I
while we
mean
were talking about
we
those
all three like
movies.
we all three like them. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Tits are amazing.
Okay.
But no, but yeah, if you guys are thinking about going to see Judas Priest, definitely go see them. They're amazing. Watch Fear the Millers, Watts, Annabelle or Abigail. Um, I guess go watch Fall Guy
Well,
because
guys, fun. So
yeah,
recommended.
yeah. I actually might go take my mom to go see Planet of the Apes for Mother's Day
Watch
because
The Curse. Watch Civil War.
yeah. I don't need y'all Civil Warrior. They actually played that before the concert started.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the Civil War right now. Or puppet. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Maybe hope I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So I guess that's it. Um,
Yeah.
bye guys.
Bye.